In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 1st, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Florida versus Tennessee. The Florida Gators are set to face off against the Tennessee Volunteers in an exciting Southeastern Conference showdown on Saturday. Florida enters this matchup after securing a dominant home victory against Georgia in their previous game. On the other hand, Tennessee comes into this contest off a disappointing home loss to Kentucky. In their first meeting last month, the Gators issued a resounding 73-43 victory over the Volunteers on their home court. Just a little over 3 weeks ago, these two teams faced each other, and Florida stunned the Volunteers, who were ranked number 1 at the time and undefeated, by a remarkable 30-point margin. Florida's defense was the key to their success, as they stifled Tennessee's offense by holding them to only 15 points in the first half. The Gators didn't even have an exceptional offensive performance, shooting just 39.7% from the field. However, they dominated the rebounding battle, grabbing 19 more boards than the Volunteers, who struggled to shoot a mere 21.4% from the field. While it is reasonable to expect both teams to improve offensively in this rematch, even if Tennessee performs better, they are still likely to fall short in this matchup. Additionally, Tennessee will continue to be outmuscled on the glass, which remains a significant concern. Since defeating the top-ranked Volunteers, the Gators have been on a roll, winning 5 out of their last 6 games by an average margin of 19 points per game, with their only loss coming by a narrow 1-point margin. Meanwhile, Tennessee's defense has shown some vulnerability recently, allowing 4 of their last 7 opponents to score at least 73 points. The Gators have also been successful against Tennessee in recent meetings, covering the spread in 3 out of their last 4 matchups. The Florida Gators have been one of the most dominant teams this season. They have only lost 2 games thus far and have been on a hot streak, winning 5 of their last 6 contests, including a decisive win against Tennessee. The Volunteers, while still a very strong team, have struggled a bit recently, dropping 3 of their last 4 games. Despite Tennessee's overall strength, Florida's recent form has been impressive, and they have been consistent in taking down tough opponents. Florida's offense is one of the best in the nation, ranking highly in offensive efficiency. The Gators are averaging an impressive 125 points per 100 possessions, which places them 3rd in adjusted offensive efficiency compared to Tennessee's 117 points per 100 possessions. Although Tennessee boasts a better defensive reputation, Florida proved that they could score effectively against the Volunteers, racking up 73 points in their last meeting while winning by a commanding 30-point margin. Additionally, Tennessee is heavily reliant on 3-point shooting, which could play into the hands of Florida's defense. The Gators are one of the best in the country at defending the 3-point line, limiting opponents to just 28% shooting from deep, ranking them 3rd in Division I. In their first meeting, Florida held Tennessee to a dismal 13.8% shooting from beyond the arc, which could be a key factor in this game as well. Tennessee will undoubtedly be looking for revenge after their embarrassing offensive performance in the first meeting. The Volunteers were held to just 43 points, shooting an abysmal 21% from the field. They managed to make only 4 3-pointers on 29 attempts, which was a disastrous performance for such a talented team. While Tennessee has struggled recently, especially in their loss to Florida, they are certainly a much better team than what they showed in that game. Moreover, Tennessee has been much stronger at home this season, with an impressive 11-1 straight-up record at Thompson Bowling Arena. It's also important to note that it's always difficult to defeat a high-quality team like Tennessee twice in one season. However, despite these factors, we are still getting points with Florida, one of the best teams in the country. The Gators have proven themselves time and time again, including in their 3-1 straight-up record on the road. Florida has shown that they are capable of defeating any team in the country, and it's unlikely that they will be underdogs for much longer this season. So the Florida Gators to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When these two teams met earlier this season, they combined for a total of 116 points, largely due to Tennessee's offensive struggles, as they were held to just 43 43 points. Tennessee's offense has been underwhelming this season, particularly against Southeastern Conference opponents, where they have averaged only 67 points per game. Now, they face off against Florida, which boasts the second-best defense in the conference. The Volunteers are also allowing 68 points per game in conference play, a figure that is slightly inflated by Kentucky's 106-point explosion against them earlier in January. In their last 7 games, 3 of Tennessee's opponents have scored 60 points or fewer, including the Gators, who held Tennessee to just 43 points in their first meeting. When considering the under over trend, it's clear that both teams have hit the under in 25 of their combined 50 games this season, including their earlier matchup. Furthermore, the under has also been successful in 7 out of the last 10 games played between these two schools. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Creighton versus Villanova. The Creighton Blue Jays will travel east to face off against the Villanova Wildcats in what promises to be a highly anticipated nationally televised matchup. Earlier this season, these two teams met on Creighton's home court, with the Blue Jays emerging victorious by a margin of 7 points. Most recently, Creighton secured a solid home win over Xavier, finishing 86-77 while covering the spread as 7.5-point favorites. On the other hand, Villanova faced a tough road loss to number 10 Marquette, falling 87-74 and failing to cover the 9.5-point spread. This game is part of one of the fiercest rivalries in college basketball. And while Villanova has historically been the stronger team with a much more successful track record, the 2024-2025 season has been a noticeable shift in the narrative. The Blue Jays have been impressive, securing victories in their last 3 road games this season and even defeating 2 top 15 ranked teams. Additionally, Creighton has been dominant in their recent matchups, having won the last 2 head-to-head meetings with Villanova and 4 out of the last 6 encounters. Villanova had shown signs of improvement, but just when it seemed like they were turning things around, their defense faltered, leading to a disappointing record of 4 losses in their last 5 games. Meanwhile, Creighton is on an impressive run, winning 6 straight games and covering the spread in all 7 of their most recent contests. It appears that Creighton has finally adjusted to the absence of Pop Isaacs, and their overall performance has significantly improved. The Blue Jays are now ranked in the top 50 for both offensive and defensive field goal percentage. If Villanova doesn't address their defensive struggles, there's a real chance that this game could turn into a blowout. Creighton is capable of putting up points at a higher rate than most, and they already defeated Villanova handily at home last month. With the Blue Jays coming into this game in better form, we're confident in picking Creighton to cover the spread as underdogs. So the Creighton Blue Jays to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Although Villanova will be playing at home, they will do everything in their power to slow the pace of the game down in an effort to stay competitive. The Wildcats are currently ranked 346th in the nation in terms of pace of play, making them one of the slowest teams in college basketball. They are known for taking their time on offense, working the shot clock to position their star player Eric Dixon in scoring opportunities. Dixon often isolates in the post or takes a pick and pop for a 3-pointer. By slowing the game down, Villanova hopes to keep the game close and snap out of their recent losing streak. Creighton, while still relatively slow compared to many teams, ranks 144th in the nation in pace of play, meaning they will likely match Villanova's tempo. Creighton will also look to get the ball to their big man, Ryan Kalkbrenner, in the post, where he can be a significant offensive threat. Creighton has a strong defense, ranking 33rd in the nation in defensive efficiency, with Kalkbrenner anchoring the defense and protecting the rim. This will force Villanova to work harder to create open shot opportunities. Both teams have leaned toward the under in recent games, and given the defensive strengths of both squads, this game is likely to play out similarly. Creighton has gone under in 3 of their last 4 games, and the Wildcats have also shown a tendency to hit the under, going under in 5 of their last 10 contests. Given both teams' defensive prowess, we expect the total to fall below the projected line in this game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona versus Arizona State. This Saturday, February 1st, marks a highly anticipated in-state rivalry game that takes center stage in the Big 12 Conference. Arizona enters the matchup with a 14-6 record, and they have a strong chance of earning a ranking if they can defeat their fierce in-state rival. The Wildcats are coming off a thrilling overtime victory over the 3rd-ranked Iowa State earlier this week, a win that gives them momentum heading into the contest. In addition to their recent triumph, Arizona currently holds the second-place position in the conference standings. Arizona State, on the other hand, has struggled recently with a 12-8 overall record and having dropped 5 of their last 7 games. In recent years, Arizona has established a clear dominance in this matchup, winning 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two schools, including a current streak of 3 consecutive victories. The Wildcats are poised to maintain that advantage on Saturday, especially if key players from Arizona State remain sidelined due to injury. Fans and analysts alike will be closely watching the statuses of Freeman and Quaintance leading up to the game. Should these players be unavailable, Arizona State will be severely short-handed and likely unable to compete with Arizona's depth and talent. The Wildcats enter the game ranked second in the Big 12 in scoring and 14th nationally in offensive efficiency, which gives them a significant edge on the offensive end. Arizona will likely look to exploit Arizona State's defense in the paint, where the Wildcats rank 4th in the conference for field goal shooting. While Arizona is not particularly dangerous from beyond the arc, expect them to focus on scoring in the low post. Furthermore, Arizona holds a considerable advantage on the boards, ranking second in the Big 12 in rebounding, while Arizona State sits in 12th place in that category. Saturday's matchup between Arizona and Arizona State promises to be a thrilling rivalry game, and while both teams have their strengths, there are clear advantages favoring one squad heading into the contest. Arizona comes into this game with significant confidence after their impressive home win over number 3 Iowa State earlier in the week. Caleb Love, one of the conference's most dynamic and explosive players, continues to shine with his offensive prowess, further elevating Arizona's chances of success. The Wildcats are capable of putting up big numbers offensively, whereas Arizona State has struggled to stop high-level players on defense. Arizona State has not fared well recently, losing 5 of their last 7 contests. They also hold a concerning 1-3 record in conference play when playing at home. Additionally, one of their key players, Jaden Quaintance, is currently listed as questionable for the game. Quaintance, the team's leading rebounder, was absent from their last game as well, which significantly impacts their chances of competing. Without him, Arizona State will be severely undermanned against a Wildcats team that has been improving steadily since a slow start to the season. Arizona has won 8 of their last 9 games against Arizona State, including 7 of their last 9 matchups at Arizona State's home arena. While there might be some consideration for Arizona State, given the potential for a letdown spot after Arizona's big win over Iowa State, there are too many concerns surrounding the Sun Devils. DJ Freeman left their recent game against Colorado after just 4 minutes with an injury, and Jaden Quaintance missed the last game due to injury as well. Losing these 2 pivotal players would be a significant blow to Arizona State's chances of success, especially against an Arizona team that has gained momentum in conference play after an average start to the season. Given the current circumstances, I believe Arizona will continue its dominance over their in-state rivals. So the Arizona Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of total points, the under has hit 13 times and the over has only hit 7 times in Arizona State's games this season. When playing at home, the under has been successful 5 out of 8 times for Arizona State. Additionally, when playing true road games, the under has hit 3 out of 5 times for Arizona. The under has also been successful 4 out of 6 times when the total has been set at 149 points or less. Both teams are capable of scoring enough to win games, but neither squad has been known for lighting up the scoreboard this season. The pace of play is expected to be on the slower side as well. Arizona ranks 64th in the nation in pace, but they are known for having one of the best defenses in the country. On the other hand, Arizona State ranks 171st in pace of play according to Ken Palm. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.